Well, here we are live from the top of the Ferris Wheel in Denver, Colorado, partying with altitude. They so told us. It's a pretty exciting moment.
I thought it was party with attitude.
Altitude.
Altitude does make more sense.
Altitude does make more sense. And it's really pretty inspired right now. I don't know. I think it'd be now a good time for us to have a bit of a round table on the Joe Biden selection. You know, this is what this kind of event is for.
This is true. I think
It's really,
appropriate.
you know, I really can understand Barack Obama and the hopes and dreams of the nation by being on the Ferris Wheel as a Canadian.
Right.
Really, unique moment. This is America, and I want to talk to the Americans.
All right, this is America.
Hello, America. We're here to write your story.
Canada has you covered.
Canada's got you covered. Barack has got your back. Hillary, sorry. See you in Minnesota, John. From the UpTake, top of the Ferris Wheel.
Well, hang on a second. So we need to talk a little bit more about the Biden selection. What did you think of the Biden selection?
You know, I wanted to hold off analysis until I saw their first speech together, which was today in Springfield, Illinois. And for about 3/4 of the speech, I wasn't, impressed or energized.
Why not?
Well, one, it didn't help that Biden tripped over, the delivery.
But he did call Barack America instead of Barack Obama.
Which I thought he should have been great. He should have been like,
It's
you know what?
wonderful
We all should live in Barack America.
One day.
You know, he could have used that framing. But really, it wasn't delivery. It felt rather flat. It felt rather rehearsed. Really, and you could tell. I know that one of the reasons they selected him was to be an attack dog. And there was a section where he was doing the attack dog things that you could see there was a pamphlet in front of him on the podium that he was reading these quotes from John McCain, kind of George Bush. I'm not sure how effective of an attack dog he's going to be. The part I thought he really did hit home on was the economic populism. When he, left the script or the quotes he had in front of him and went to talking directly to the audience about his economic experience, about the economic experience Americans are going through. I thought he did a much better job on that.
Well, I think all of us in the media were hoping that it was Hillary, so this would just explode and be this over-the-top Hillary land. People would go crazy, and Bill would be back on the race. But I think what was compelling about the Biden selection when I saw them up there that I didn't really appreciate fully before was the fact that by choosing Joe Biden, who calls himself the poorest senator, who grew up sort of with meager economic means, they're telling one story. Barack and Biden are telling one story of men who made it against all odds in today's America. And that is one thing that he probably couldn't do with any other senatorial pick. And so I think that's effective. And I think we also found it telling the sign itself, the actual aesthetics of everything that Barack Obama does. The campaign is known for the way that they market. Having Obama in bold and Biden in a softer blue was an interesting. Did you not find that interesting?
No. Yeah, I mean, that's what I saw that right away. I thought that was very interesting. Compare that to the Bush-Cheney marketing, where, if anything, Cheney was just as prominent as Tom Moore because of the longer name, on the bumper sticker.
Clearly, Obama's candidate.
And I think you hit upon a really good concept because the media reaction, especially from the AP story, it's practically a blog post addressing this. But the one thing that the media right now is reading it as Obama's filling a hole, national security, foreign policy experience. I think the Obama-Biden ticket is going to be successful or not based upon how much they can change the story from Obama filling a gap to what these candidates have in common. If they can emphasize more what these candidates have in common, coming from meager beginnings, they'll be successful. If it becomes more about the foreign policy aspect, I'm just not sure that's going to be
it just really highlights again and again, if they do that, Barack Obama's weakness and lack of experience. They need to get away from that.
Right.
The idea that he needs to fill a gap is problematic in and of itself, as someone who's going to be president, who says that and Barack Obama said, interesting thing, Barack Obama said just last week that, my vice president is not going to dictate my foreign policy a la Dick Cheney. He will help me on domestic affairs and other issues. So clearly, if they keep on re-highlighting Biden's foreign policy credentials, it's going to ultimately undermine Obama. But it's an interesting pick, and it's going to be interesting to see who Romney chooses. So.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I know too much.
WhatSalemaKnows.com.
Exactly.
I know that.
Though, to be frank, isn't there a hole that Obama does need to fill? Mr. Biden. are still going to bring it up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we're talking about, well, yeah, no, that's a really good point. What I was trying to say was what the Obama, how the Obama team chooses to market the Obama line. But, no, yeah, right.
It's the one thing you can't hear like is the work that Biden did in making sure that Robert Bork
Yeah.
did previously run in 1988 as a presidential candidate and actually had to withdraw for reasons of personal health. And he was a good candidate.
Yeah. He's really a strong right for someone like step in.
You guys want to raise your voice a little bit? That'd be great.
Say again?
Raise voice a little bit louder.
Louder.
We got speed. We got a little speed now going on.
Yeah.
The major networks might be in a studio, but we're with the people.
We are.
The round table is with the people. And this is where all the people are.
And how round over table can you get any round carousel cart on a round carousel?
We're thorough.
There you go.
We're very thorough at the update.
Yeah. Got those.
Yeah.
I already got them.
No. We gotta get your stick.
Yeah, give me that.
Okay, give me the camera. Hold on.
Hold on. Let's make it action. All right, ask me what I'm doing. All right, what are you doing?
Man?
I'm taking pictures of Democrats going in circles.
Oh.
Why? Such as this, the carousel.
Oh.
All right. Okay, we're up to a 2 minute and 27-second delay now. So I think I'm gonna let you go as we hang out on the Ferris wheel, and as we sign off, we will
Show you the people.
show you the people and the city and the city.
Red light. Red light equals live.
That's all I tape it.
We can edit it down. Edit it up.
That's the Denver. The Denver.
The Obama in the Denver.
All right, now we are stopping the street with this view, and you can actually see the Pepsi Center right there, where we're going to
And if
be.
you look really hard, just like Batman has his wing, you can see a giant O being projected into the night sky. America needs Obama, apparently, right now.